Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the Detroit Lions. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. And that's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. The gun now on third down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On the West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield. If they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
So first and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Martinez. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jayon Brown. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. To throw is Martinez. Off play action. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Come on.
Off the play fake. Martinez. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Martinez off the play fake. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 37.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And now Oakland ready to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Martinez. Complete to Washington. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Gets through, and now an opening. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. Now the ball comes loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal.
And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Martinez now. Off play action. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. They go play action here on first down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got an open man. It's Washington. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw. Martinez. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take it. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well,
Let's go.
All right, never mind. Third quarter action now. So here are the Lions to take over. They were winners last week in that game against Kansas City, and they are on top right now as well. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's Martinez off the bootleg, rolling to his right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10, kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They'll drop the throw, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with going for Hilton, and it's intercepted? Picked off at the 45. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He's got a first, and now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Martinez off the play fake. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
Back to throw. Martinez. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sione Takitaki. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
To throw is Martinez. Throwing on 4th down. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. from 21 yards away as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, after another passing touchdown, I don't think it'd be an understatement to say that he's in the zone, and I believe he likes it.
Point after, right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back to throw now on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he'll go out of bounds, but not before reaching the opposite 35.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Martinez. Off play action. He'll buy some time right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Martinez. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from the 3 and out. 11 more on that one and another first down. Martinez now operating from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
Now this winner is running back out of the backfield. And he loses the football the second time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's Martinez. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of the play is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2nd and 2. And he's got his man on the out route. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down, Raiders.
Looking to throw. And the ball is knocked out. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. They'll set up a throw.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Well, this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
It's like my old high school coach used to say, Charles. He said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
And Detroit getting set to go now. The outcome of this one, Well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had...
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 62 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays to keep the clock.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because...
You're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.